Norm? I've not seen you in forever. You look great.
That guy likes me.
Yeah, they all love you. They love you. My audience loves you. What's happening? What's new? Your hair is short. You look great.
Yeah, I got short. I got a haircut.
When?
Oh, this is a very uninteresting subject.
Yeah, but it looks good. It caught me off guard.
Yesterday.
Oh, wow, yeah. Well, it's short. It makes sense.
Yeah.
How's the family? How's everything going?
Ah, great, man. Couldn't be better. Life is fantastic.
Yeah. That's good.
like life, man.
You do, really?
Oh, my God. People that complain about it. First of all, you're lucky enough to be alive when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Your mother had to have sex with your father. That your grandparents had to have sex. Great-grandparents had to have sex. It's lucky you're alive, my God.
It's amazing.
And I'm so happy every day that I'm alive because it's just a fluke. There's so many more people that never got to be alive. You know? And,
that's an interesting point. I guess you're right. If you do the math.
So when people carp about it, I'm like, man, it's the greatest gig in the world, being alive. You get to eat at Denny's, wear a hat, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, get haircuts. It is. Well, good. I'm glad life is going well. I know you're a big fan. You competed in the World Series of Poker in the celebrity event?
No, in the real.
In the real deal,
Real deal, yeah.
How was that?
Well, it was sort of a nightmare. I was halfway through the first day. I was the massive chip leader.
Right.
And then
which means you were doing great.
Yeah, I was first place, 8,800 people, and then I threw it all away.
You say that like it still tortures you to this day.
Yeah,
What happened? Was it all in one hand? Did you just go all in with something that you shouldn't have? Was it your bluffing? Were you...
No, I was just, I had pocket aces, and the guy had Jack Queen to beat me. But so be it. I was going for there's two ways of playing it, right? You can go to trickle into the money, or you can go for first place, so I was going for first place.
Yeah. You like to play poker, though, right? Was that...
I like it okay, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I play a lot. I got a little addicted to it on the internet. I was playing like 6 games at once for 7-8 hours a day. You know?
Yeah. All right, so you like it a little bit.
Yeah.
I saw the poker area at one of the casinos in Vegas, and it's very bright, it's very sterile. You can't, like, swear, you can't smoke. And I'm thinking, well, there's no way Norm could really be into this poker thing, because those are two of your favorite things to do.
I got a lot of penalties at the World Series for smoking.
Oh, you can
and
you
for
smoke?
Swearing, because, like, you know, your aces get cracked and you go, and you know, and then it's like, it's a 20-minute penalty for each word, so I'm like out for an hour and a half, you know.
But they let you back in.
Yeah, they let you in after an hour and a half.
What if you're swearing while smoking 10 cigarettes at once?
It's so insane that you can't swear and smoke because everybody there is a degenerate gambler that smokes and swears.
Right, yeah, it's a weird rule that they have there.
It's very strange. I played the celebrity poker. That was the hardest of all.
Why?
Well, you go on the TV, and poker's not that hard, but identifying these other celebrities is almost impossible.
That should really be its own sort of gamble.
Yeah, that's right. Because
I want to bet on the fact that I'm not quite sure that guy is in Creed. I don't know.
Exactly.
I'll bet $1,000. I think there's a better juice factor in that.
They get peripheral celebrities like me. They're not like Matlock's going to be on the. So, you know, you get like I had to get briefed there because everybody's 20. They're like, that's the guy. Of course, don't you know him? He's on the police station. He plays Detective Johnson. So I had to remember all this. I really enjoy your work on Police Station. That time you got that crook.
He's like, Norm, it's me. It's John Stamos. What's with you? You don't recognize me?
No, John Stamos is a great man.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
You know John Stamos.
Sure, I know him. I know him all right.
Yeah, that guy gets the ladies.
He does, yeah.
Some guys get the ladies. I'm telling you, man. And it's you ever know these guys, maybe in high school or something, or college, you couldn't figure out why they did it, but they could get the ladies. You know, maybe they weren't the handsomest guy, but somehow, like I had a guy, a friend of mine, Bill, this guy, he could get I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Every night he would have a different lady,
Bill did,
and they'd be beautiful. And finally I asked the guy, I said, what's your secret, you know? He said, I'm a serial rapist.
Right.
Well, that hardly counts, you know?
Yeah. Norm, let me ask you.
I tried the roofies once, actually.
Did you? You tried that? You tried that as a technique of dating?
Yeah, because I said, these girls, you go and you feed them a nice hamburger, and then
That's not enough?
Nothing happened, so I said, I'll try these roofies.
All right.
They didn't work at all, man. I couldn't even remember anything. I woke up 3 days later, my ass hurt. I don't know what happened.
This is the second night in a row. We can't air any of this. This will be the greatest website interview ever. None of this will make air.
They're just jokes.
Let me ask you about, you grew up in Canada. Everybody in Canada speaks French, but your father, he forbid you from learning French,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Everybody in Quebec, where I grew up, Quebec City, about 99% French, a few English people. And yeah, my dad, you know, the English hate the French, his guts. And so my dad wouldn't let me learn French.
Why?
Because he hated the French. And so in school you could take either French or Latin, and I took Latin, and in Quebec City it turns out there's no ancient Romans.
That's right.
So I got beat up a lot by French guys, which is about the most humiliating thing that could ever happen to you.
Right. Aside from losing at celebrity poker to the guy from the cop show. Let me ask you about, there's a couple of shows coming on NBC this year that both deal with SNL, where you spent some time. One of them is a drama, one of them is a comedy. Do you plan on watching Studio 60 or 30 Rock? Are you excited about these shows?
It seems odd that there's two shows that are backstage of the same show, Saturday Night Live, right? And I don't even know if anybody watches Saturday Night Live, let alone backstage of Saturday. I know they weren't watching when I was on it.
I thought you were great on Saturday Night Live. What
What's
do you
that?
mean? Do you watch it now?
Oh, I thought it was great on Saturday Night Live, too.
Do you ever go back? Do you ever go back to the SNL stage?
Yeah, I love it, you know, because ever since I was a kid, I watched Saturday Night Live, and I always loved it, you know, and I still love it. I always go, every time I'm in New York, I go and see the guys and stuff.
Yeah, it's fun to go back there, right?
Oh, yeah. You were there.
Yeah, I was there. Sure.
You'd always hang out.
I know what's going on. This is the comedy CD that Norm put out, and it's great, but it's different than what I thought when I first put it in. I thought it was going to be sort of a traditional comedy CD, but I actually enjoy this much better.
Oh, you mean like stand? They wanted me to do stand-up.
Yeah, like it's not stand-up.
Yeah, I didn't want to do stand-up because when I was a kid, like I listened to Cheech and Chong and Monty Python, and it'd be cool because I'd like, you know, my parents didn't know, and it was dirty and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So I always wanted to do an album like that, you know, that it's not for kids.
They're like sketches, but they're much, much dirtier.
Yeah, they're really filthy, and this album is not for kids, but it's for kids.
Yeah, but if you're a kid, go get it. It seems like when you listen to this, and it's cool because it takes you back to like how people probably listened to radio in the 50s or whatever. It's very sort of theatrical, and it's very funny and dirty.
It's the theater of the mind.
It is, it is.
Like when I'm an older fella, you know, I'm in my late 60s. Now, when I was young, things were different, Carson, you know, like pot was something that, you know, you'd cook your eggs in. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, it wasn't.
Hash was something that you'd eat with your eggs. You know, they put some hash on the side. You know what I'm saying? Acid, you know, was something that you'd, you know, throw in a guy's face if he made a pass at your wife. You know what I mean? It's all different. It's all different.
When did you grow up? In the 40s?
Yeah, I'm an old 68. Ecstasy. You know?
What was ecstasy?
Ecstasy was that feeling that surged through your body when you threw a bunch of acid in a guy's face. It's changed. And what I like about this album, like you said,
the hidden track.
Yeah, it's the hidden track, and then they didn't.
Why did you put it as track 13, yet it says hidden track?
They told me they'd hide it.
It says hidden track.
I know, and then they put it in. But
that's ridiculous.
But the theater of the mind, what I was going to say about it is, what is so great, when I was a kid, we had no TV. We had no TV. We had the radio.
Sure.
And you see, you had to use your mind.
Right.
You had to use your imagination. And my dad would collect the kids around, and we'd listen to the radio, and we had to use our mind, especially with the hardcore pornography.
What show was that?
What show is it?
Yeah, what show was this?
The name of the show?
Yeah, that the family was huddled around in the 30s when you were growing up.
I think it was...
The porn was being read.
I can't remember.
And you had to imagine it all.
The name of the show?
Yeah.
Amos and Andy.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I was thinking of. Those are great. I like to go down to the radio.
Come on now, Amos. I don't believe you should be doing that.
All right. It's great to go down to the Museum of Radio and TV. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, sure.
And you can go and you can just basically call up any great old television show or radio show and relive those great moments.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll look for that Amos and Andy. All right, you're going to hang out? We have Amy Smartest here.
I love Amy.
Did you meet her?
I met her, and I'm a big fan of her. She's smart, and that wasn't a joke.
It's not even on here, the Amy Smart.
Feelings flowing up and down, picking up the pieces that you left behind, hitting a new type of flow, breathing in the smoke and clearing up my mind. The thoughts of you, I never knew what the hell you got me into. What do you mean?
We had our first night at Seaside Heights last night.
Yeah, that was great. Drinking that beer.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Norm and I got to go out last night.
Yeah.
There's a place called the, what's the name of that? Yakety Yak Cafe?
Yakety
You guys
Yak.
know that place here?
That was
It's
fun.
like a nightclub for senior citizens. Really, seriously. They'd play like Islands in the Stream. Remember that when that came on?
That was crazy. You had a lot of the ladies last night.
Oh, let me tell you, man.
I told you that one was a dude. I told you, man. I warned you.
I know. I was a little upset we're having the barbecue today after that experience, too. But how about when the girl you were talking to, when her teeth came out? It was crazy, seriously.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to her during that point.
I remember when you tried to put them in, back in her. It got ugly. Hey, also, our question of the day is, and Norm's here to talk about Dirty Work, which we're very excited about.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Tell us a little about just the plot of the movie. It's sort of a revenge.
It's a movie, yeah. It's a movie about, I play a guy that opens a revenge for hire business. So I get revenge on people that can't think of them themselves.
And you actually co-wrote this movie, and,
Yeah.
and this idea actually stemmed from you just having a fascination about this idea.
Yeah, I love the idea of revenge, yeah.
Certainly. Our question of the day is, what's the best way you've gotten revenge? So if you're here hanging out with us, think of some ways that you've gotten revenge. Do you have any ways that you can think of in your own real life that you've...
Well, this wasn't my idea, but my buddy did it when we were in college. We sent these dudes at this fraternity that we didn't like a big bunch of donuts, right? And then they ate the donuts, and then underneath the donuts we had a Polaroid of me and my buddy with the donuts on our...
That's good. How come we didn't write that into the movie?
We did. They wouldn't let us do it.
All right, you know, we're gonna show you a video right now. It's actually a breakthrough videos from Madonna. Part of this was shot in our New York studio in Times Square. You can check it out. Here is Jonas Ackerlund directed this video, who did Smack My Bitch Up from Prodigy. If you haven't seen it, it moves rather fast. Check out Madonna right now. Here's Ray LA. Hey, how are you? Welcome back to the show. Carson Daly here. Norm Macdonald, our guest today, star of Dirty Work, a movie that everybody in America has to go see at least once. That's what we're asking.
Yeah.
We're not asking a lot. Just go and check out Norm's movie. It's very funny. We're going to talk about it in just a little bit. We've actually started yesterday, since Norm's going to be on the show with us all week long, kind of hanging out. When you came out yesterday, you didn't look in the like you were in the real beach attire.
Right, I've gotten a little more.
You're working your way.
I had a sweatshirt yesterday, now I have a T-shirt.
But we're taking up a collection fund, too, of everybody here. So by the end of the week, maybe we'll get you in a skivvy.
Yeah.
So this is the Norm Macdonald Skinny White Ass Fund. There it is. Sorry, Ski. You got that? We have about 14 bucks in it now, so I'll pass it around. If you guys want to see Norm in a, like a thong by Friday, then drop some money.
Some of the ladies put some money in, too.
Put money in there, for Christ's sake. Stop taking the money. Hey, how are you? It's Tuesday. That means there's some new music in stores. Part of the grassroots movement from the Bronx. And it's happening. Norm Macdonald, everybody.
Yeah.
Hanging out with us. Have they ever raised the roof for you? Have you had that experience out yet?
In a while.
That's pretty cool.
I love that band better than Ezra, by the way.
Do you really?
But you know what band I don't like?
Which one don't you like, Norm?
Ezra. They're not as good.
So happy that the moth joke has been getting circulated so much from our Tonight Show, because it is completely outrageous what he's doing. It is, it's the Tonight Show, and he is telling this very long story, and he's taking all the time in the world. And I love it just because even though I was there, I'm delighted every time I see it.
Yeah.
I every time I see it, I'm delighted with it because what he's doing is breaks every rule. Brevity is the soul of wit. That is the rule.
Yeah.
Keep it, and man, he completely, like Picasso, blew up the form. He goes and he tells this joke forever and then finally gets to this punchline. And you can see that everyone's delighted, but he has broken every rule in the book. And I was talking to Lori Jo, and I asked her if it's okay if I related this, and she said it was okay. But she said that not too long ago, someone asked Norm about the moth story that he told on our Tonight Show, and that she said, the guy wanted to know what made you have the nerve to do that, and that he said that, it was that goddamn Frank Smiley. He said, I was only supposed to do one segment. And then suddenly in the commercial break, Frank came over and said, like, you're doing another one. Because whenever I had Norm, I was greedy. I wanted more Norm. I always wanted more Norm. And so he didn't know that we were going to ask him to do a second segment. He had nothing planned. Mm-hmm. Absolutely nothing planned. And so as recently as like not that long ago, I think this was a couple of months ago, he was telling somebody, damn it, that was Frank Smiley. Hey, get back out there. Conan wants more.
So he heard that joke from Colin Quinn.
Uh-huh.
And he did the segment, and it was he had 7 minutes prepared.
Yeah.
And so he basically, you said, and then he's done.
He's done.
You say, we'll be right back with more Norm. And he goes, I've got nothing to say.
Yeah.
So then he remembered the Colin joke, and it was a 20-second joke. So he asked you, how long is the segment?
Uh-huh.
And he was hoping you'd say 20 seconds.
Right.
But you said 7 minutes.
Yep.
So it became a 7-minute joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's doing that. This has to be understood. He's doing this on the fly.
Yep.
So his way to slow it down that he came up with on the fly is he invents...
It's a Chekhov play.
It's a Chekhov play.
With Russian names.
And there's a sadness, an ineffable sadness in life weighing on the character's soul. And, and I'm thinking, who... I've never met anybody who would take that chance and make that choice. And I'll never meet anybody like him again.
Well, he was the ballsiest comedian in the history of comedians. He
was taking that, and he was saying, like, the joke doesn't matter. Like that, he would watching that, seeing that clip again. You're getting to see his brain. Yeah. He's just showing you his brain. And the notion that the joke is the thing. The joke isn't the thing.
No, it's the journey.
It's taking a stroll through this guy's brain and hearing the choices that he makes and what he has to say. And and I think that was like kind of what, like, there was so much of like what he would say, like, well, that doesn't matter, this matters. And what mattered to him was his own self-expression, was spreading his own kind of genius and his own point of view.
So we're seeing it a little bit in process here, but obviously we watch you on late night shows. We hear you. I just heard you on Howard Stern. We watch you on your podcast. And what we find is suddenly we're sucked into the vortex of a nearly 9-minute joke that we have no idea how it emerged or where it will lead and what will happen with it, except that it will be very funny and we'll be trying to get everybody to listen to it the next day. How do you come saying, oh, I have a joke?
You mean like a street joke? Like a real
street joke?
You mean like an actual joke?
Well, I mean like the
like
moth joke or a Dirty Johnny joke.
Yeah, I don't make up those jokes.
They're just out there?
No. Have you ever tried to make up a joke? Like, no comic in the world can make up an actual joke. Like a guy walks into a bar and this happens. This takes
This is startling information.
Oh, you didn't know that? You
No,
thought
I thought you come with these things written down on paper, right?
No. You know, they call like a comedian's act jokes, but they haven't been jokes for years. You know, it changed with Alan King to observational comedy. You know, like talking about crabgrass in your neighbor's fucking yard or something. I don't care for Alan King.
Well, a lot of America is upset right now because there's a huge Alan King audience here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Or maybe it's Larry King. So you're dodging this a little bit. So these are old jokes that you're stealing from Rich Little?
Not Rich Little didn't tell jokes. No, but like the moth joke, for instance. Colin Quinn told me that joke, and he said, you know, have you ever heard of the moth joke? Meaning it was a famous joke. And I said, no. And he said, a moth goes into a podiatrist's office, and he says, I have terrible problems, doctor, and I think I'm going mad. And the podiatrist goes, oh, well, that's too bad, moth. But why come to me? I'm a podiatrist. You should be going to see a psychiatrist. Why did you come to my office? And the moth says, because the light was on.
So that's a good joke,
Yeah.
but that's not your joke.
That's not my joke. So
No.
I was on the Conan O'Brien show, and I was going to do one segment, and at the end of the segment, he said, we'll be right back with more Norm. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I thought a guy was going to show new Christmas toys. So I said, I don't got nothing to say. And then I remember that Colin Quinn, he said, just talk. So I remember that Colin Quinn joke, and which is about a 20-second joke, you know. So I said, how long is this segment? Hoping he'd say 20 seconds. And he said about 7 minutes, you know. So I made the joke 7 minutes long. Magician David Copperfield has announced plans to open his own theme restaurant. The theme, I don't deserve my girlfriend. In one of the most amazing stories to come out of New York's blizzard of '96, supermodel Claudia Schiffer trudged over a mile through waist-high snow this week in order to make it to a photo session. Even more amazing, she sleeps with this guy. This week, supermodel Claudia Schiffer broke up with magician David Copperfield. Later, a devastated Copperfield wandered out onto the street and was hit by a bus. This, according to the current issue of Things I Wish Really Happened. In other entertainment news, a religious group in Chile is trying to ban a new Claudia Schiffer film which features explicit lesbian sex scenes. According to the group, sex between two women is an abomination before God, almost as blasphemous as sex between a woman and David Copperfield. I don't know which is worse, which is more of an abomination. Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett. Christy Brinkley told reporters this week that her marriage to Billy Joel was over long before their divorce. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Christy Brinkley and that she was married to Billy Joel. In a recent interview, Christy Brinkley suggested that football players should have special gloves connected to lights on their helmets. That way, when they catch the ball, you'll know who has possession. Read these and other interesting ideas in Christy's new book, I'm an Idiot. In Niagara Falls, Arthur Curley has been charged with trying to make his girlfriend swallow a small brass bear, then urinating on her and setting fire to the oxygen tube that she uses to treat her emphysema. Read all about this kind of relationship in the new book, Men Who Make Their Girlfriends Swallow Brass Bears, Urinate on Them, and Set Fire to Their Oxygen Tubes, and the Women Who Love Them. And in a recent interview, tenor Luciano Pavarotti says that he is so in love with his new girlfriend that he likes to run nude on the beach with her. Read all about this in this month's issue of Things That Make Me Vomit. That picture makes me vomit as well. Finally, in entertainment news, there are rumors that actor Don Johnson is dating 71-year-old San Francisco socialite Denise Hale. An observer who spotted the couple necking in a restaurant will have trouble getting an erection for the rest of his life. Well, newlyweds Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson had their first argument this week. He wants kids, while she wants fake kids. Only weeks away from parenthood, Pamela Lee Anderson and her husband, rocker Tommy Lee, are considering names for their new baby. If it's a girl, they'll name it after the mother and call it Pamela. And if it's a boy, they'll name it after the father and call it Lucky Bastard. I was reading Pamela Anderson is married. That's in the news.
That's right. That's technically in the news. Yeah, to rocker Tommy Lee.
And she's
right?
pregnant.
Yeah.
She's going to have a baby, and they say if the baby's a girl, they're going to name it after the mother, so they call it Pamela, right? But if the baby's a boy, then they're going to name it after the father. They're going to call it Lucky Bastard.
He told me with such joy.
I know.
That's told with such joy and commitment. That alone will get you an Emmy.
Straight to the heart. I went a long time acting like I wasn't broken apart by you.
Action.
Well, Mrs. Johnson.
Oh my God, I think he broke my nose!
Oh, Tommy, you know this is a movie, right?
Oh, a movie! Yes! I forgot. Oh, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry there. Hey, amigo, no hard feelings, huh, buddy? Oh, man, I'm sorry, baby. You know, I just love you so much. You know, it just gets me crazy, you know?
Hey! Hey! Get your freaking hands off my wife!
Me and your wife, we were just acting, right? Tell him, honey.
Honey?
No!
And I'd like to start by telling you the very last words that Norm Macdonald spoke on this earth. He said, "When I go, make damn sure they have a memorial for me. See to it that it's part of a much larger festival promoting a streaming service. Make sure you arrange it hastily and have it early in the morning. Now, damn it, make certain that many of the tributes are on videotape and that Rob Schneider is featured prominently. And finally, hold it in a theater in some part of Hollywood frequented by male prostitutes. Norm, we heard you, and we are here."
Angry over the Atlanta Braves and Cleveland Indians' use of Indian caricatures as logos, Native Americans showed up at the World Series tonight. They chanted for hours to protest Indian stereotypes, though it didn't help their cause any when it started to rain. Native Americans in upstate New York are trying to block plans to build a Kmart on the site of a Mohican burial ground. In addition, they were upset to learn that sales at this particular Kmart will be announced, "Attention Kmart savages." In Michigan, State Historical Commission officials say they will not interfere with the building of a new major sports stadium, even if construction unearths historical artifacts. However, state Indian Affairs officials say that if relics from a Native American tribe are found, they would like to have the land set aside and designated as a sacred tribal burial ground / giant casino. In Wisconsin, students at Menominee High School are desperately fighting efforts by the politically correct to change their team nickname the Indians. Already, opponents of the name have rejected the students' first compromise, the Drunken Indians. They feel that's almost worse in a way, you know? In Bridgeport, Connecticut, the Staticoti Indian tribe is seeking recognition by the Bureau of Indian Affairs in order to open either a manufacturing company or a casino. I wonder which one they'll choose. Manufacturing company or the casino. In Norwich, Connecticut, a local museum has made a long overdue effort at racial reconciliation by returning 21 ancient tribal artifacts to the Mohegan Indians. But as for everything else in the country, we'll be keeping that. It's good news, really. We don't have to give any of it back.
It's like the difference between the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins. I can see where Redskin might upset somebody just a little. I don't think you're ever going to get it changed, but at least it is a bit denigrating. But Indians, isn't that? Yeah, I never understand that.
You don't understand that?
No.
Well, here's the thing, man.
Or Braves.
I have no formal education, and as a matter of fact, I don't have any informal education. It's not like I'm hanging out with professors on the weekend, right?
Yes.
But this is the way I understand it. Old Chris Columbus, he sailed over here, and then he got here, and he thought it was India.
Jesus, what a dolt. That's the source of us all.
Yeah, so he goes, hey, man, look at all those Indians.
All right. Oh, that's it.
And then one of his buddies goes, hey, man, we took a wrong turn at the middle of the Pacific Ocean. This is America. and then he goes, hey, you Indians better get the hell out of here. You're not even in the right country.
Well, once you're about to take a country from somebody, you cannot refer to them as Native Americans. It only makes your task harder. They will fight harder because you've already told them you assume that it is their property. But my feeling is at some point there were an ice people, a horde of almost Piltdown men-like creatures who the Indians or whatever, the Native Americans came in and took this from. Isn't that the way of the world, Norm? That eventually everybody takes something.
What's a Piltdown, man? You talking about the old days?
I'm sorry to throw you off the scent of the conversation. I'm talking about in Paleolithic times. I assume that the Native Americans were not native here either, but came down and took this from somebody else. That's just the way of the world.
Yeah, everybody takes everything. Listen, Mother Nature is a brutal bitch. A red-clawed,
paint the picture.
Machine that eats and
shrieking harridan.
Yeah.
So, Jenny, what month was your issue?
May of 08.
Who was on the cover? Do you remember?
It was a Russian girl.
Uh-oh.
And my nickname's Genocide, so I think that was kind of funny.
What?
What?
What do you mean? Why is that?
It's funny because there was a genocide.
In Russia?
Only about 70 years ago.
Against the Russian people.
Who still lives?
But
me.
That's not
You
a
first. Check it back. No, it was it wasn't a complete genocide.
What do you mean?
No, it was
Well, Stalin was a mass murderer.
Only Jewish people seem to get really offended by my nickname.
There are flies in a cave.
Right.
Well, they're the only ones that.
Well, the only true genocide was Sam, another one this way, Sam.
That was a true genocide.
Wow. What?
The American Indians was a true genocide.
No, that was for land.
No, that was justified.
That was for land. We were taking their property.
No,
it doesn't matter. What does it matter what the motive?
No, the genocide.
Yeah, the motive is to just hatred of a race to exterminate them without a political or economic agenda.
Well, we did with the Indians.
Well, it's not justifiable.
No, well, who's saying it's justified?
I said, well,
Just got a very.
I'm just wondering how it's justified.
Point counterpoint.
You've never heard the legal term justifiable genocide? Hitler was out of his mind at the time.
Baby, won't you come by? Everything's better with you by my side. A movie and dinner tonight. Pour a couple drinks and yeah, we're feeling fine. And when the
is Norm Macdonald.
Thank you. Thank you, but I am sorry I cannot, in good conscience, accept this award on behalf of Melissa McCarthy. I instead have chosen to give my time to a friend who has something very important to say.
My name is Johnny Two Feathers. While you enjoy tonight's show, I want you to think about something. The spot where you're sitting, every square foot of ground in this country was stolen from my ancestors. And after you stole it, you murdered them. So you'll forgive us if we do not laugh along. There is nothing funny about the extermination of a people. The theater stinks of blood. That's all I have to say. Oh.
Johnny Two Feathers, everybody. Johnny Two Feathers. Give him a wave, Johnny. Johnny, you don't want to wave? All right. Well, Johnny Two Feathers, everybody. Tom Brady could have made probably the same amount of money as a male prostitute. Trust me, I'm good at math. Tom Brady was listed ahead of his wife Gisele Bündchen in Forbes' recent list of the 100 most powerful celebrities. But last year, Tom was behind his wife. When asked to comment, Brady said, "Hey, we switch positions all the time, if you know what I'm saying." And then he high-fived the reporter. So now we got a guest, which is cool. Jack DuVall. He's David Duvall's brother. Do you know the golfer?
Is that true?
Yeah.
No.
But that would be cool, right?
Yeah.
He almost won the U.S. Open. He's the president of the International Center on Nonviolent Conflict. That's cool. What's that mean?
It means people power.
Yeah?
When people rise up and demand their rights.
What, is that what they did in that movie Gandhi? Which was, by the way, based on a true story, I heard?
In fact, it happened, yeah.
Yeah. Don't a lot of people die doing that?
Well, that's because the British began to shoot Indians.
Yeah, right. Well, won't that happen if your part is nonviolent?
But that's where it gets interesting. If you've got a great strategy and you know how to diffuse repression, there are ways of doing that tactically. Then
it doesn't work. It doesn't work one-on-one, right? Like let's say a guy comes to me with a gun. Me being non-violent, that would not work ever.
No, I mean, I'm not a pacifist. I think everybody has the right to self-defense. If it's the only thing you can do to defend yourself and your family, absolutely.
But you need a lot of people. So this could happen in Iran, right?
You don't necessarily need lots and lots of people, because here's the deal. If I were in a room with maybe 25 or 50 people, and I was threatening them with a gun, and I said, okay, I want you to do the following things, otherwise I'm going to shoot you.
Right.
They'd have a choice. They could say, okay, we'll do those things, we don't want you to shoot us. Or if I were convinced that none of them were going to do the things that I wanted them to do, even if I were threatening them with a gun, then the threat of violence wouldn't have any power, because it's always a transaction.
Right, but what about just the fun of shooting someone? Like, a lot of these people are sadists.
That's another story, yes, absolutely. And that's what these movements do. Like in Iran, they can, if their tactics are strategic, what they can do is to essentially separate that element from within the military and the police forces, which are interested, like the Basiji in Iran, enjoy beating people up, from regular army people who see themselves as defenders of the public order and the nation's honor and all the rest of that stuff.
Hey, can you tell me about Iran? Because I don't understand anything about it, because I don't know anything except what I see on TV.
Well, we had a really interesting and not unique set of circumstances in which the Iranian regime basically stole an election. And
No, but I mean beforehand. Like, remember when the students took over the embassy and all that with the hostages?
That's another story. That was a violent revolt that was actually a stunt that was pulled by an extreme faction of the Islamic Revolution.
So they weren't young students, right? They weren't educated?
No, that was inspired. That was
why are there educated students in Iran? Why would that old guy let that happen?
Well, the old guy, you see, that was already after the Islamic Revolution had succeeded. So the power that sat there was the new leaders of the Islamic Revolution.
Right.
And so that was designed, in fact, to help. It was for internal domestic politics to enable more power to accrue to the extreme part of the regime. And essentially, that's the same thing that we saw earlier this month in Tehran.
But did they have satellites during that Khomeini guy?
No, they didn't, but Khomeini used the technology of the day to get in power, which was audio tapes. They mass-produced audio tapes of his speeches. He was a very charismatic speaker, and hundreds of thousands of those were infiltrated throughout Iran, and many believe that he was the liberator from the Shah.
But what I'm asking is, like, those guys, those ayatollahs, because they're so serious about what they believe and stuff, why would they allow any Western communication to enter the country? Why wouldn't there just be a closed
Hey, it's the way you do business these days. They don't have a choice. If they don't allow digital media in, they can't function in the real world. They can't make a profit as a regime. So it is a trade-off for them. And those who felt that this election had been stolen and poured into the streets used that same digital media, which was then cranked down by the regime in order to help snuff out the protests. And that phase was successful. But they have to go back to allowing full use because otherwise, as I said, they can't function in the world economy.
The new guy, Khamenei, which sounds suspiciously like Khomeini to me. Plus, he has a long white beard that looks exactly alike. But wasn't the first guy like real famous, and then this guy was kind of hid in the background and pretended that other guy was powerful?
Yes, Norm, exactly. In fact, this guy was a controversial pick 20 years ago to be the supreme leader because he wasn't a famous cleric. He wasn't regarded as spiritually advanced, and it was kind of a political power play that put him into the seat.
Huh. What do those guys have? What are those guys' powers? Those clerics, those mullahs? Can they talk to God and stuff?
They certainly think they do, and but it's a.
Hey, I'm not going to argue with them.
No, not on that. That's for sure. We can argue with them about the way they're governing their country, depriving people of their rights.
But their beliefs, I strongly agree with.
Pardon me?
Their beliefs, I strongly agree with. I just want them all to know that. Something there's no point being controversial about. I found that.
Yeah. Well, it's. I mean, anything that is supremely serious, as the supreme leader and his machinations are, we have to find some basis to laugh a little bit about it. And
but when that guy stood in front of the tank in Tiananmen Square, was he an important person, or was he
symbolically, but not strategically?
He did something, though. Something changed within China since he did that.
I mean, I don't think so at the time, but I think that what that taught that regime to invent better ways of keeping control, keeping the lid on. And it also taught the regime that there needed to be a loosening in some direction for the new generations. And so the economic loosening and the turn to free market policies did help to accommodate the rising energies of the next generation.
But the Chinese made a strong point that one guy standing there, man, that ain't nothing if you got a tank. But we got to go, and then we'll talk to you in a little bit, right, Christian?
Jack, if you have the time, we'd like to hold you through the break, is what Norm said. Okay, thanks.
I have no idea. You notice I can't add in one thing?
Why?
All I'm doing is sitting here thinking, what would Dennis ask? What would Dennis's point be? What would his view be? What would his position be?
Oh, yeah. I forgot to do that. Right now?
Yeah, see, they couldn't hear what I was saying. I was trying to be off the air. So that's Norm Macdonald, and this is the Dennis Miller Show.
Give us a call at 866-99-DENNIS. That's 866-99-DENNIS. We're joined now by Jack DuVall, who is president of the International Scene Center on Nonviolent Conflict. Welcome to the show. Hey, so he's back. So nonviolence, so tell us about that, because that's a pretty fascinating thing.
Well, you know, when it's used by people that get into the streets, as in Iran, it works if three things happen. If people mobilize in large numbers in ways that really impress the rest of the country as representing everyone's grievances. In other words, if there's a unity to take this action. Secondly, if they put real pressure on the institutions of the state and drive up the cost of repression. And finally,
what is the cost of repression now?
The cost. Well, I mean, it's the cost of.
You can't put a number on it.
Consider this: if you have 1 million people in the streets for 20 days, which is effectively what the Ukrainians did in the so-called Orange Revolution 5 years ago, if you do that, then everybody's working overtime. The cost of doing that to the state goes up. All these authoritarian regimes are incompetently managed. That pressure is extreme, and then people within the security forces begin to say, hey, wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for. Is this sustainable? Who's going to win this thing? And then they begin to think, maybe I shouldn't, if I'm beating somebody up, maybe that means that they'll know that I did that when the new group takes power. And you see that over and over again.
If the new group that takes power, so the nonviolent conflict is a political...
It's about power, yes.
One person's idea, so... that person would be whoever. Ayatollah Khomeini would have been that person.
Well, that person is going to be somebody who the people perceive as representing their grievances, because that's the only way you can mobilize them.
In Iran, it wouldn't be this other character, would it?
Well, the thing about Mousavi was that he was a safe choice because he was within the. He said he would abide by the Islamic State.
Yeah.
He was a moderate. He was reformist. So a lot of people who wanted sort of a soft change could identify with him. But
is there anybody in Iran now, it's like Yeltsin, just a crazy drunk that'll get up and say anything and the people will get behind him?
Ahmadinejad is a dogmatist, He's and he's not a classic authority. This is a clique. There's been a coup, and the extreme form of the Shiite Islamists in Iran have essentially taken complete control of the state. That's the fundamental political reality of what's occurred.
Yeah.
And that is scary.
But is it scary if you do nonviolent confrontation, then what if a guy beheads you? Do you at some point, struggle back?
Hey, sometimes that can work for you, because the more outrageous the repression, the more angry people become, and then there's a fire next time.
Right. So you got to be able to put your life on. It's almost like suicide bombings, except it's actual suicide, not homicide.
In a sense, certainly political suicide. If a regime is too violent, then it really ends up, busting its bank. Because
remember that old dude in the newspaper that set himself on fire?
You mean back in the Vietnam War days?
Yeah.
I certainly do.
Would that guy be the king of all nonviolent protesters, that he had reached this point where he could...
No, because not everybody will do that, and generally the most effective nonviolent action is one that inspires imitation, and
people.
The other people want to do the same thing.
Did you say immolation?
Imitation.
Oh, imitation. I thought you said immolation was hard to... But Todd has a question for you.
Well, now I'm wondering if it's a stupid question.
It is a stupid question. It's yours.
Well, you said off the air it was okay, and so did the producer. What about the 9/11 situation, like when they were up in the air? There's nothing nonviolent you can do there to stop that, right?
That's right. Another situation of what I would call...
because there's not mass people. One of the three things you need.
Well, there's 300.
That's not mass, right?
Versus
Jack, am I right?
You could, well, in a technical sense, I mean, the power of the people in the airplane could overwhelm a small-armed.
And by the way, just let me interject real quickly. I'm not implying that they should have done anything. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. So asking that question.
I'm saying it's a shame that David DuVall only lost by one stroke. And I think Jack's still feeling it.
Actually, usually everybody asks me, well, do you know Robert DuVall?
Oh, Robert DuVall, yeah.
He's the guy. Actually, he had a brother whose name was Jack, too, and that guy I did know.
Oh, really? So you knew Robert DuVall's brother, Jack DuVall, because you go to a convention of guys named Jack DuVall?
I actually once Googled myself and
Watch your mouth.
And I found out there were 44 Jack DuValls in the United States. So
yeah, it's humbling.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How many Norm Macdonald?
Well, when you YouTube and you go like, hey, man, I'll listen to a James Brown song, and instead it's a guy in his basement doing James Brown.
Right.
You're like, well, I didn't want this. Why is that number one?
Although those music videos are great, sometimes there's an unknown, and it's amazing what they're capable of.
Hey, Robert DuVall is an unknown in our next guest, Billy Joe Shaver's video. You know Billy Joe?
I remember Billy Joe.
Yeah, well, he does.
What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing?
What?
Billy Joel, sure.
No, that's Billy Joel. Billy Joe Shaver.
Acting stupid.
So anyways, he was up for Gospel Album of the Year, and he has Robert DuVall as a walk-on. But Jack, thanks, man. You taught me a lot about Iran, and I bet a lot of dumb people in the audience that are as dumb as I am learned a lot of stuff, too.
You can't be afraid to ask, because other people are thinking the same thing.
Well, it was a pleasure. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jack. You're a smart guy. Hey, listen, is Jack still there?
Well, you cut him off.
I had one question for him.
Well, I'll answer it.
I was going to say, what does a guy like
We're wrapping it up.
We're wrapping it up. We'll be back on the Dennis Miller Show. I'm sick of these kind of characters. I think we should kill Hitler. Me and you go suicide, kill him.
Right. It was like he died 50 years ago, probably.
Did he? I didn't even know he was sick.
But I did want to bring up Norm Macdonald first, if you don't mind, and your thoughts on somebody who I'm sure you've known for quite some time.
Well, I didn't know he was sick at all. It's sad.
And one of the guys who loved him and always had him on the show, is a huge fan, is Jay Leno. And Jay's with us. Jay, how are you, sir?
Good. I mean...
Horrible. I didn't even know he was sick. Were you aware
it's so
of that?
sudden.
No, I didn't know he was sick. He kept it all inside.
Yeah.
And, he was a private person.
And I had a really tough reaction to this one. I didn't have no idea he was even sick.
This guy is my favorite stand-up, and I was shocked. I didn't know he was even sick.
For obvious reasons, we lost Norm Macdonald this week, which was just, I had no idea that he was even sick.
Did you know he was sick?
No.
Absolutely stunned. Had no idea that Norm had not only been very ill, but been very ill for a very long time. None of us had any idea.
I'm used to say goodbye, nothing new to me. Baby, I'm trying to survive, and I know that you believe in a world with happy endings. So tired of pretending that
joke after his death, it'd be something along the lines of, I was relieved to find out that I died of cancer and not that O.J. Simpson killed me.
Yep.
I think it would be kind of like the epitome of an afterlife joke from Norm there.
Also, we've asked Norm Macdonald. I'm doing the Jimmy Kimmel Show on Wednesday night, and I have not boldly at all, I have total confidence. I will open my set on the Jimmy Kimmel Live Show on Wednesday night, December 3rd, with the joke that Norm Macdonald will write during this podcast. The only parameters, and it doesn't have to be this, but I'd like it to be about airport security. How intense it's gotten. Anything jump off?
What is because I've heard that it's more intense or something.
Well, the pat
I
downs.
need more information.
The pat downs are a little bit more invasive. People are saying that their genitals are being touched. One woman had to remove her fake breast. She had like a breast.
Well, what happened is the new scanners, some people are it's not just the metal detector, it's a scanner, and it sometimes depicts you in an embarrassing way. So more people are rejecting the scanner.
In other words, they can see you like with X-ray vision. They can see your body
So
naked.
now if you reject the scanner, which you're entitled to, you get a pat down, but the pat down is pretty thorough. And some people are saying, you can pat me down, just not, on my privates.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, no deal.
So the airlines are saying, well, you made a choice to fly, and with that choice comes what some people consider to be overstepping. Norm, let's update us. What do you got for me? Opening joke, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Wednesday night. We're looking for
what's going on?
Pat him down at the airport joke. Yeah. Now, again, no pressure. We've got another 12 minutes or so until this podcast is over.
Hey, do they ever do that thing where, isn't there something where they check your ass?
Yeah, it's a probe, anal probe.
Do they do that at the airport? What?
That's a bad attempt. That's a bad attempt at a joke.
Mike, why don't you just say it, Mike?
Gibbons.
You don't want your fucking fingerprints on it?
He's an artist. No,
the TSA might think I keep my weapons between my festive testicles and what the fuck?
My anus.
And my anus.
What are you, in third grade? That's the stupidest joke I've ever heard. No wonder you handed it to him.
He didn't read the punchline.
What's the punchline?
Can I start from the beginning?
You know, you can't.
No, but what if I thought of something?
I'm trying to keep this ABC safe. This is the
Okay.
Disney.
Okay.
All right. TSA might think I keep my weapons between my testicles and my anus, but they'd be right. How about
you're going meta on meta?
You should go. TSA should know. I doubt they'll find anything on me because I keep all my weapons near my male G-spot. Give them that warning.
You want to open with that?
I love it.
If they're not on board for that,
what's a good
I
TSA
walk.
joke?
You know what? If they don't laugh at that, I give them the finger. I walk off Jimmy Kimmel stage.
I think working male G-spot into a joke is fairly new ground. I think it's kind of funny.
I want to go old ground on the first joke. I want
right.
something people can actually
Well,
laugh
don't they?
at.
Listen, man,
Go
don't they
with
put
balls.
your fingers? Don't they put their fingers in your ass? Or
That's
something?
old school.
I've read that. I've heard
They
about that.
they can put their fingers in your ass. Yeah.
Can
no,
they?
not fingers. One.
All right, can you say that in a clean way?
Yeah, anal probe. They can do an anal probe.
Yeah.
Digit.
So can you say? Can you work? Can you? I can just give you the. I can just give you the raw ingredients of a joke.
Give me the Garofalo.
I'll give you a tablet. Okay, so it's maybe they combine it somehow and check your prostate at the same time.
That's not. I see where you're going with it. So maybe it's like
Wait,
I flew.
Did I not just say male G-spot?
Yeah,
That's
but
what it is.
No,
Shut
but
up
this
with
way
Mike.
it's like a health service. It's
I like it. So I just flew in from New York, and good
news
news
is there you go.
I'm not carrying any loaded weapons. The bad news is
I have
6 months to live.
to live.
It needs more
Well,
explaining.
it needs more explaining though.
The
Raw
good news-
ingredients.
I had a digital exam.
There can be a digital exam at John F. Kennedy Airport.
Good news is I'm not a heroin mule. Bad news is I'm not a heroin mule.
So I just flew in from JFK, and man, I don't know how else to say this.
Is my prostate tired?
That could work.
Maybe.
Just flew in from John F. Kennedy
It's a
Airport.
little
And
leap.
boy is my
The screening is crazy at these airports. I
Cavity?
just flew in from JFK, and boy, is my prostate tired. There you go.
yeah. I
Boy,
think
is
that's a word.
my cavity. Yeah. It's a little leap.
I just flew in from John F. Kennedy Airport and flew in with my mother, and I had no idea she had such full round breasts.
Boy, is the security guard's finger tired. I don't know.
I just flew in from just got into the airport. I'm not saying that the exam was intense, but tomorrow night I'm meeting the guy's mother. I just flew in. They gave me an exam that was so intense The good news, that hemorrhoid's gone.
The bad news is I have an impacted molar.
Now that's intense. That's deep.
Boy, is the TSA guy's arm tired. That's close. It's a tough TSA. It's tricky.
No, it's not. This is easy.
Is it?
Just flew in. Flight was on time. I can tell because the guy screening me's watch is up my ass.
That's a great one.
There we go. Okay, done. I'm glad I had you write a joke for me, Norm
Were
Macdonald.
you just sitting on that the whole time?
No, I just thought of that.
That's excellent.
Know that in this day, nobody's gonna change. You won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I may act okay, say things will stay the same. Say them all out.
Okay, cool, man.
You're the kind of guy that likes games. Here's
love
a game that I thought of today. It's called Talk Your Way Out of It. I'm going to give you a situation that you're stuck in, and you're going to need to talk your way out of it somehow.
Okay.
You meet a beautiful woman. She wants to have sex with you, but she wants you to wear an afro wig. And while you're having sex with her, she's screaming racist shit at you. And then her neighbor opens the door and comes in. He's a black guy, and he's got a baseball bat.
All right, so I agree to do it.
Oh yeah,
Is that
you
what
want to
you're
have
saying?
sex with her,
So I'm doing it.
You're willing to wear the black African wig,
So
and
I'm-
she's screaming horrible racist stuff. The guy walks in. He's black, and he's got a baseball bat. He's
But
very
wait,
angry.
He walks in coito, like while we're doing it.
Yeah, her door wasn't fully locked, and the yelling was so loud. He could hear you guys from next apartment. He could hear her yelling the N-word and
I see.
fuck me. And
I got you.
And so
And
he
how do I talk? You want me to
now
talk? my
you
way out of
gotta
it?
you gotta talk to the black gentleman who's got the
Okay.
baseball bat and talk your way out of this situation.
Okay. Hey, bro, let's kill this honky bitch.
So you just commit to black. You just go.
Yeah,
I'm
go.
with you.
Come on, man, you and me, jive turkey.
And that was Talk Your Way Out of It with Norm Macdonald.
Are you still Canadian, or did you
Yes.
renounce that after 9/11?
What?
9/11. You remember what happened?
You remember 9/11?
Yeah,
Which
it
one?
rings a bell. Yeah, which one?
The one in 1911?
No, the one that where the
plane.
Where they took down the towers?
Yeah, all the stories came crashing down. You know, a lot like when we tried to write on the Norm show. We couldn't. We tried to write stories, and they'd all come crashing down.
You know, I'm old enough to remember back to simpler, more innocent times when the worst thing you'd hear about the news was hijacked jetliners flying into buildings.
Oh, now, Gilbert, you're going to get into trouble again. It takes forever, not forever, but it takes years of training to get a pilot's license. But it only takes a couple of minutes to steal a pilot's jacket and hat. And then do some, terrorist act, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I was not living because I was thinking it was going to be a terrorist.
You were worried about a terrorist act.
I was a little nervous.
Did you see Olympus Has Fallen?
No.
This week I learned, just because I masturbated to that picture of a guy falling to his death on 9/11 doesn't mean I have to share it.
Hey, for the 9th consecutive year, Nick, JetBlue Airlines ranked first for satisfaction among all North American airlines. But you know what ranked least in satisfaction? 9/11 Airlines. What a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of that tragedy.
Oh, 9/11.
Yeah, don't laugh at 9/11
What?
again. 9/11. I tried to tell him not
Way
to
to go,
laugh.
Adam.
I know. I walked through blood and bones in the streets of Manhattan trying to find my brother.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was in northern Canada. And you were the guy that was laughing and joking about it, like only 4 weeks ago when I told you my story about walking ankle deep in blood and bone to try to find.
Well, that's different. That was kind of funny.
I was
Yeah, that does sound funny.
Yeah, right? I was in New York.
Blood and bone everywhere.
You.
This is fine. This is fine for a fella that during 9/11, was in Costa Rica partying with his friends. I was walking through the blood and the bones
So you were put off by that, Chip?
in Manhattan. A little bit.
I can't believe you wrote
And I
it.
had to get new pants because of the blood and the bones.
Just now or back then?
Back then, I was ankle deep in blood and bones.
You went through the war, Norm.
Well, it was an attack on our country. Do you want to hear my impression of the
That's going to be you if you don't lose weight.
Do you want to hear my impression of the 9/11 call from Johnny Carson?
911 call.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But 9/11 was a national tragedy.
Yes, it was.
Why do you laugh at that?
You said it.
Johnny Carson died at 80 years old.
Okay, Johnny Carson died at 80 years old. Would you like to hear my impression? Were you in New York when the Twin Towers fell?
No, I was in Los Angeles.
Well, either way, it was a national tragedy. It was.
Yeah, I know.
9/11. We're going to go to hell. At Virginia Commonwealth University, a professor is being sued following revelations that he spanked one of his students. It was the student's parents who first became suspicious when they asked, "What kind of marks are you getting?" And she replied, "Big red ones on my ass." This is what's the problem with our society, though.
What is it?
When they go, "Hey, the hardest job in the world is being a mom."
It is
or the
pretty
hardest job in the world is being a teacher.
It's hard jobs.
That's not.
They're hard jobs.
My mom was a teacher. Let me
She
tell
had
you
the two
something.
hardest jobs. I think
She had the
cooking is a harder
easiest
job.
The teacher is probably the easiest job on the planet.
Why?
Let me
How can
explain
you
why.
say that?
First of all, my mother and my father were both teachers. They got all the you get all the vacations that children do. You're
Mhm.
always off. You have the entire summer. You have 2 weeks Christmas, 2 weeks Easter. You work in an atmosphere where it's just you and children.
With young, stupid, with short, stupid people.
Yeah.
They don't know much. You're brilliant.
Yeah.
You don't have to learn anything.
They're all frightened of you. You can say anything you want.
You never take a test.
See, I don't know if you've ever
That's
gone.
true.
I go now. When I was a kid, I thought my teachers were so smart. Now I have a kid. I meet these teachers. They're not smart at all.
How can you say that?
Because it's true.
They're just like regular goofy people.
Well, that's,
And they
that's
have
what
the
you
and
realize.
they have the only. My kid's teacher went crazy, and they could not fire her because of.
Because the job's so hard, the kids made her crazy.
Yeah, but she has whatever you call it, tenure. They don't have that in any other job.
No, I know.
They have a union that has a stranglehold on.
They got to fire you before your tenure starts.
Yeah.
That's one of the
They got to
things.
fire you from the easiest job ever. And
Your
those
babysitter's funny.
Those are heroes. Those are also the heroes. They're like the real heroes are the moms and the teachers.
Well, they are.
Not the guys on Iwo Jima planting the flag.
Okay, they were heroes too.
Not the firemen that run into buildings. No.
No one's denying that
It's a
those
teacher.
people are heroic.
It's a person that
A
shows
good-
up at a school
a
and is the
good
tallest person in the
teacher.
class.
Oh my God. Wow.
That's a good
I'm
one you
telling
got.
My mom and dad were both teachers. It's the simplest job in the world. When I was a kid, I thought everyone got that much vacation. I was like shocked to learn that I thought everyone had the summer off. I thought everyone had 3 weeks off for Christmas.
Well, when you're doing your own sitcom, surely you have 6 months a year off. I mean, that has to be teacher-esque.
Exactly. It's teacher-esque.
Don't they say that having a sitcom is about the closest you can get?
That's about the hardest job in the world.
No, shut up.
Yeah, those are
That's
the real
easy
heroes.
Fun. Oh my God, you're making the people laugh. 805 says, rude. I'm a second grade teacher and I hate you.
Rude. That sounds like a second grade teacher.
No, Jimmy, that was just rude. Can you think of another way to say that?
To be a second grade teacher, you just have to be smarter than a second grade student. That's about the only thing you have to be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, basically you need third grade intelligence. To teach second grade. You know everything that they need to know. But a fourth grade teacher,
Let's take a couple of calls here. Actually, a couple texts. If you only need third grade intelligence to teach second grade, I wonder what Norm would say about me, a preschool teacher.
Well, it's kind of obvious.
And the 503 says, Norm, thanks for Dirty Work. Still one of the greatest movies ever.
What do I need to teach children how to nap?
Nagy, you're on the air. It says here, being a teacher, super duper hard work.
Yeah, I was an attorney for several years. I went to Bolt Law School, and I quit being an attorney to be a teacher. And being a teacher is much more difficult work.
Is it super duper hard?
That's what it says here.
I did not say super duper hard. That was either a Human.
Yeah, Human put that in your subject line.
There.
You talk about your childhood a lot because I was reading about you the other day, and when you were in high school, your father was your homeroom teacher?
Oh, yeah, probably in grade school, yeah.
Oh.
How'd that work out?
Was he mean and strict?
He was a tough guy, yeah. He was tough. He was, it was odd. He didn't graduate from school himself. Because he was old when he had me. He was like 50, so he was in World War II.
Yeah.
And so, he grew up in the Depression, and then he went to World War II, and then he came back, and they said, oh, we have this special thing, you'd be a teacher, But he only had like a grade 9 education.
And they let him be a teacher?
Well, he was teaching grade 5, so he was highly overqualified.
This was in Quebec, right?
Yeah, Quebec. If I could say one thing about the real heroes of the country, which I believe are the teachers, I don't believe they're the real heroes. I just spoke again. I think the real heroes are the real heroes. Teachers, they get good press though, because people often say to me, you know who the real heroes are? I go, are they the real heroes? They go, no. I go, oh, they're the teachers. It's counterintuitive that it doesn't seem like a heroic job, but yes. First of all, if you're a teacher, you get the same fucking vacations as a child. You get, 4 months a year off. My vacation, I get almost no time off. We're 48 weeks a year. 4 weeks a year I get off. What about you? You're not one of those fucking teachers, right? You seem like a teacher. Now, are you a teacher? What do you teach? What grade? High school. What grade? What grade? No, but what grade? Not so easy when it's the other way around. It's always easy to ask the questions. The real heroes are the fucking students. You actually have to answer the question. Now, what grade do you teach? 9 through 12. So you need a grade 13 education. Now you're the real hero. No, you're the real hero. No, I'm just kidding. You're the real hero. Her husband's like, you're not the real hero. Shut the fuck up. I know, it's a fun thing to say. But what do you do? What do you do for a living that your wife's the real hero? What? You know you're not the actual real hero, don't you? You look obsessed. Did you see how upset she is? So you actually feel you're the real hero? See, I think you've disqualified yourself a little. Because I believe real heroes don't think they are. Because when you hear the real heroes, they go, how the fuck did you run into that fucking fire and pull a guy out? You're a hero. And they go, no, it's the teachers. Not me. I'm a little scared now. I gotta go lie down. Gotta pull the guy out of a fire. That's a good job. Come on. Everybody's shorter than you? Are you gonna work that? You have to do whatever the fuck you said? No, I'm sorry. What did you say? What? Oh. That's an odd word for a school teacher to use. People that were teaching our young children bandying around words like retard. I'm just kidding. No, they do a lot of good. You know what I read, actually, though? A serious statistic. They actually fuck more students than... students, if you can believe this, than priests. You know, priests. Nobody likes priests. Nobody's going around with a priest to the real hero. And yet, actual priests, who I know, I'm not a Catholic, but I know pastors, you know, and my God, they most of them that I know do the Lord's work, you know. I mean, they go out and they're in hospitals and stuff, and they're doing stuff, and for no money, you know, and no recognition, and it's got to kill them, like going, yeah, people think, fuck kids. Like, if I was a priest, man, I just let it be known. Like, I do a TV commercial. I go, hey, listen, I'm Father Norm here. Come on down to my church. I won't fuck your kid. I'll tell you that. That's the first thing I promise you. I'll tell you a little something about myself. I'm Father Norm, as I've told you, and 20 years or so ago, I took a vow of chastity. Now, what that means is I cannot have sex with a lady, you know? Now, that's tough, because I like ladies, and especially the ones, you ever see those ones where they press their tits together, kind of, they got a little cleavage on, but they look kind of hoary, but it looks like they don't know they're whores? Anyway, that's my type. Everybody has their own type. The point is, I don't even fuck them, let alone a child, for God's sake. Why would I want to fuck a child? So anyways, go down to Father Norm's. I will not fuck your kid. And you can leave your big-titted whore wife at home. I don't need that hanging around asking me questions all the time. It's junky. You gotta admit, though, the guy that put that flag in the Iwo Jima, he's close. Look at that guy went to the moon. he didn't know that when he got there, the fucking spacecraft would crash or there'd be moon aliens or shit like that. I mean, I know he's not. I know it's not grade 11 biology, but I mean, it's something. It's something. Imagine any fucking other fucking job, you know, you go, hey, I'm the civil servant, I'm a hero. You know, you're fucking retarded. But a teacher. Memorize this shit. Back tomorrow and then you gotta tell it to me. Remember everything I say and then you repeat it to me. I got some problems for you. I know you're a child and that you don't have any problems. That's the cool thing about being a child, but guess what? You fucking got some now. On account of I've got some heroic work to do for you. Sure, you're a nice lady. Very, very heroic. But, listen, guys. In science, do you teach Newton? Isaac Newton? You know, what are you, retard? Isaac Newton? There's kind of a... The hero that called me a retard is actually a retard herself. Everything's turned on its elbow. I'm sorry, what? A treadmill? Have I seen one? Wait, I don't even get it. It's not good when people are groaning and I don't understand it. No, have I ever seen a treadmill? Yes, of course. You mean the things you walk on? Yeah, I've seen it millions of times. What? Maybe I am a retard. Yeah, you walk on them. They're in gyms and they go, no, that's not a treadmill? You remind me of these fucking teachers I used to have. I said, you guys are going, I'm pretty sure I've seen a treadmill, no matter what you say. It's a thing you walk on and then, right? You're not, what? You wouldn't be sure that I'd seen a treadmill? Well, you see, you're probably very bad at grading people. At some point, when you ask a student a question, and they give you an answer, you have to take them on faith. Well, there'd be no motive for me to lie about that question. I've seen dozens, hundreds. I don't want to brag, but you know, I've been around. I've seen fire, I've seen rain. I've seen treadmills, you wouldn't understand. Baby, I don't think I'll ever see you.
It's been so long since you came around. Need one more chance to make this right. So stay till the morning.
I'm not Catholic, but I know.
You have a priest anyway?
I know a priest.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for them because most of them don't fuck children. I just want to put that on the record, that more teachers fuck children than priests, and yet teachers are heroes and
Finally, someone brave enough to say it, which is great.
And finally, in Burien, Washington, elementary school teacher Mary Kay Letourneau pled guilty this week to having sex with a 6th grade student whose child she bore in May. Miss Letourneau has been branded as a sex offender, or as the kids refer to her, the greatest teacher ever.
You look for jokes that have the same setup as the punchline. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, the perfect joke would be if the punchline and the setup were almost identical.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett. Christy Brinkley told reporters this week that her marriage to Billy Joel was over long before their divorce. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Christy Brinkley and that she was married to Billy Joel. According to an obscure 14th century law, British Army Captain James Hewitt could be hanged for having an affair with Princess Diana. The punishment for having sex with Princess Diana is death. The punishment for having sex with Princess Anne is having sex with Princess Anne. A new development in the O.J. Simpson civil trial this week, according to sworn testimony, Nicole Brown Simpson had told her therapist that she was afraid of getting beaten by O.J. Simpson. Asked why he didn't report this earlier, the therapist said, "I was afraid of getting beaten by O.J. Simpson." Our top story tonight comes from the O.J. Simpson civil trial, where this week it was revealed that in his first interview with police, Simpson had refused to take a lie detector test. His reason? It detects lies. When I was a kid, my dad would tell me that this man was a gold medal decathlete. Why, the greatest athlete in the world. And now I have to tell my kid that this man is a man. A Labor Department task force says it will crack down on sweatshops in New York's Chinatown, where employees work 90-hour weeks for as little as 75 cents an hour. A spokesman for the sweatshop owner said, quote, "That's all we can afford to pay. This is a sweatshop. We make sweat." 18-year-old Julie Wozchak will be going to Paris after winning an essay contest sponsored by the Dayton Daily News. She won for her essay, which was entitled, "Why I Want to Go to Paris with Some Old Guy from the Daily Dayton News." Dayton Daily News. Like that would have helped. Okay. A 3-year-old Texas boy remains in fair condition after being assaulted by the family's pet cougar. No one knows why the attack occurred, but hey, how about because their pet is a cougar? How about... Rap star Hammer is suing the Los Angeles Police Department after he and his entourage were mistakenly handcuffed by police. The most shocking part of this story, Hammer has an entourage. Painting that depicts a large rat sucking at the breast of the Blessed Virgin Mary was removed from a high school art display due to complaints by local residents. The artist blamed the complaints on a lack of art education, while I blame the complaints on the fact that it was a painting of a large rat sucking the breast of the Blessed Virgin Mary.
This guy died, Jerry Rubin, and he was a yippie.
Yes.
Not a hippie, but a yippie. I remember my dad going, "Who is that, a goddamn hippie or a yippie?" You know. Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week. Oh, I'm sorry, that should read, Yippee Jerry Rubin died last week. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. My mistake completely. Just, I didn't read it right.
Wanna get da 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 and get this fix. Come just da 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 da. Just touch my lips.